Hey, NFL fans, let me know, did your team win this week? A couple of games left, but the NFC is wrapped up for Week 14. So in a minute, we're going to take a look at the current NFC playoff picture. So let me know, did your team win in Week 14? Type Y for yes, type N for no, because on today's video, we're going to take a look at the updated NFC playoff picture. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Things are getting spicy with just 3 weeks left to go in the 2020 NFL season. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for already being eliminated from playoff contention. They have already packed their bags and they are going home, and they will not be in the postseason this year. So let's take a look at where we're at, and we'll go team by team for the top 7 here individually. We have a new number 1 seed, the Green Bay Packers. They win, the Saints lose. They've got the tiebreak. They also clinch the NFC North. Saints number 2, Rams 3. The Washington football team is now on top of the NFC East, we should say. And then a lot of teams in contention in the wild card: Seattle, Tampa Bay, Arizona, and a bunch of teams in the hunt. We'll talk about some of those teams later on in the show. So let's talk about the new number 1 seed as we sit right now. That is the Green Bay Packers at 10-3. Took care of business, beat Detroit 31-24 this week, and clinched the NFC North in the process, and jumped the Saints in the playoff standings as well. So a very good week for the Green Bay Packers. Their final 3 games: Carolina, Tennessee, both of those at home, and then at Chicago. Hey, Packers fans, NFL fans, we got jerseys available at chatsports.com/jersey deal, as low as $60, and all of these for less than $80. It's a great deal of the day here on Chat Sports. So go to that link. It'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. It's chatsports.com/jersey deal. Get yourself an Aaron Rodgers or any other NFL jersey for very, very cheap at chatsports.com/jersey deal. The number 2 seed is now the New Orleans Saints. They're still in really good position, but they did lose to the fighting Jalen Hurts in Week 14. Eagles get it done 24-21. Jalen Hurts better than Taysom Hill? Who says no? But the Saints are still in a good spot, like I said. All they need is to win or for the Bucs to lose, and they will clinch the NFC South, which basically locks them into a top 3 seed in the NFC. So who is the better team? Now, the Packers got the better of the Saints earlier this year, but obviously New Orleans has played a lot better. Drew Brees is banged up right now. Lots of things have happened since then. Type GB for the Packers. Type NO for the Saints. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Better team in the NFC. We go to the number 3 seed, the Los Angeles Rams. They continue to look impressive. They blew out the Patriots on Thursday Night Football 24-3. They clinch a playoff berth this upcoming week with a win. Pretty simple. The magic number in the NFC, if you get to 10 wins, you're making the playoffs. With the Rams at 9-4, they just need one more victory. And guess what? They play the Jets, so we might as well say the Rams have clinched because, the Jets are really bad. Then they have Seattle on the road. That's the game to watch for in the NFC West. And then they finish with Arizona. Rams sit at 9-4 and the number 3 seed in the NFC. Now, the playoffs are just around the corner, and we're going to keep you guys updated every single week on the NFC and the AFC. We'll have an updated AFC playoff picture either late Monday night or Tuesday morning, so be subscribed and check that out. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. We also cover the latest NFL news and rumors, injury updates, all of that good stuff. It's the final stretch, and you want to subscribe to Chat Sports to be sure you're updated with everything going on in the NFL. The Washington football team, yes, they have taken control of the NFC East, sort of, as they pick up a nice win against the 49ers, 23-15. I don't know what's going on at quarterback. Alex Smith left with a leg injury. Not sure how serious it is. Dwayne Haskins played all right, I guess. But their defense continues to carry them as they take care of San Francisco. NFC East is very tight. Washington finishes with Seattle, Carolina, at Philadelphia in Week 17. That Seattle game this week all of a sudden feels pretty juicy. Now, all 4 teams are still alive, but with Washington winning, it's going to be hard for Philadelphia and the Cowboys, but they're still in the hunt. Who's going to win this division? Type WAS for Washington, NYG for the Giants, PHI for the Eagles, or DAL for Dallas. I will make note, the Giants swept Washington this year, so if they finish with the same record, the Giants would win the NFC East. So just factor that in when you cast your votes. So those are your division leaders. The Packers, the number 1 seed, they have clinched the NFC North. The Saints either need a win or a Bucs loss to clinch the NFC South. They're the number 2 seed. Rams have the tiebreaker over the Seahawks. Washington sitting on top of the NFC East. And speaking of the NFC West in Seattle, they absolutely decimated the Jets in Week 14. I don't think the Jets are winning a game this year, but that's not the focal point of this video. Seattle still sitting at the number 5 seed in the NFC. They clinch a playoff berth with a win next week. Again, 10 wins is kind of the magic number this year in the NFC. But we're all looking ahead to 2 weeks from now when Seattle plays the Rams, but they better not overlook Washington on the road next week. That game won't be easy before finishing up at San Francisco. So who's going to win the NFC West? I think it's a 2-team race at this point. I guess Arizona could win out and have some weird things happen, but it's the Rams or Seahawks at this point. Type LAR for the Rams, type SEA for the Seahawks. Let me know who wins the West this year. Number 6 seed in the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've kind of been trending down in recent weeks, had the bye week, but bounced back nicely, beat a pretty hot Minnesota team, 26-14 in Week 14. Still alive in the NFC South, but the Saints' magic number is 1, so that's pretty unlikely. But you look at the Bucs' remaining schedule, at Atlanta, at Detroit, Atlanta at home. They could get going in the right direction heading into the playoffs, get some confidence and maybe some continuity on that offense. So I think they have a good chance of winning out and getting to 11-5. We have a change at the number 7 seed. It was Minnesota last week. Arizona wins. Minnesota loses, so the Cardinals retake that final playoff spot as of now. They took care of a game Giant squad who's played pretty well recently, 26-7. Big bounce-back game for Cliff Kingsbury's group as Arizona now sits at the number 7 seed. They finish with Philadelphia and the 49ers at home. 2 games, if they play well, they should win. And then at the Rams in Week 17. I think if Arizona wins the next 2, they're probably going to make the playoffs. But at 7-6, still work to be done for Arizona. So those are your top 7 seeds right now. Again, real quick, rapid fire. Green Bay, New Orleans, the LA Rams, Washington. Those are your division leaders. And then the 3 wildcard teams, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Arizona. But lots of teams in the hunt. Minnesota, Chicago, they're both 6 and 7. The Giants and Philadelphia still alive in the NFC East. So this by no means is over by any stretch of the imagination. So who's going to get the final 2 spots? Because I think Seattle's basically a lock. They're going to make the playoffs. I think Tampa Bay's pretty close to a lock as well, so I'm going to type my TB for sure. Pick 2 of these teams, though. Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Arizona, Chicago. Pick 2 in the comments. I'm going to type my TB and ARI for Tampa Bay and Arizona. Maybe that's the cop-out answer, but I also think it's the most likely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, the winner of Minnesota and Chicago, because they play this week, are very much alive heading into the final 2 weeks. These are the games to watch in the NFC playoff hunt in Week 15. Bears at Vikings. Elimination game, right? Loser of that game is out. Winner of that game still in the hunt. Seattle at Washington. Potential NFC West division leading implications for the Seahawks. For Washington, do they take control of the NFC East if they win and the Giants lose? Big game there. Philadelphia at Arizona. Eagles got to win out to have a chance. Arizona looking to hang on to that number 7 seed, so keep an eye out for that one. And then Cleveland at the Giants. Giants need to keep pace with Washington. That's a pretty close to a must-win for the G-Men, so keep an eye on those games. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Subscribe. We'll have an updated AFC playoff picture very, very soon.